Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Valerie Jefferson. I am a professor here in the Education Department. Myself and Professor Arastu would like to present our application for You Got Served to the Mini Grant Committee. Again, thank you all for providing us this opportunity. I'm going to go ahead and get started. I know I have only like 10 minutes or so. But I wanted to start off with providing you all with just a brief overview of what student service learning is and tie it into our whole purpose for this mini grant application. Okay. So what is service learning? It's basically, in a nutshell, it's a collaborative effort between students and faculty. It's a partnership between students, their instructors, and the community. And the whole point of a service learning is to provide students with the opportunity to have both educational experiences and also the opportunity to enhance their critical and reflective thinking skill sets while engaging in civic responsibility. Um, Service learning is a shared experience in that all of those people are important elements in the service learning experience because they contribute to the greater whole. They're each an important piece of the puzzle, as in the example that I provided to you all, that are essential to make this a success. We have a quote here that states, I shall pass through this world but once. Any good, therefore, that I can do, or any kindness that I can show to any human being, let me do it now. Let me not defer or neglect it, for I shall not pass this way again, by Mahatma Gandhi. And I think that the service learning project or those experiences are very important for our students to let them engage in and benefit from and provide the opportunity to connect with our community now. And our hope is that they will continue not only to learn from this experience, but to continue to reap what they've sown in the future as a part of their own personal lives as well. Service learning allows students to make connections again with their instructors and peers and the greater community. Professor Arastu and I have engaged in several service learning opportunities with our students. These are old stats. We have newer ones that can provide you more insight as to the amount of time and energy that we've invested in the whole service learning projects for our students, because we are really passionate about service learning and the positive impact that it has. Actually has a ripple effect, not just within ourselves, the intrinsic rewards that we both benefit from it, but also our students and the greater community as well. This is just an example of how service learning, we relate service learning to our EDUC 1300 classes. And so within that course, we talk about problem solving or critical thinking skills. We also emphasize the importance of collaborating and working together with people and individuals. We also talk to our students about diversity and becoming culturally competent. And the most important part of that is building, again, that rapport and those connections between faculty, other students, and the student themselves, so that our students have a more memorable and purposeful college experience. Everyone is impacted by service learning, and what's unique about our application is that we're actually trying to increase the impact or the involvement and engagement amongst students and faculty, and we're hoping that this is one of those opportunities this project provides. Third application, I'll kind of go through our whole purpose here fairly quickly so that I don't run out of time here. But Professor Arastu and I developed four main purposes for our project. Again, the student engagement and promoting that connectivity through student service learning, looking at our strategic plan and our best start learning outcomes. That connection, making connections and getting involved is very important. an important part of the engagement and connectivity process here on campus, especially working at a community college where it's difficult sometimes because of the nature of the students that we work with to find opportunities to connect. But again, I think this is a great way through student service learning to engage in something with our students, working side by side and while also making those connections with our learning outcomes in the classroom as well. We also hope to expand our students' worldview, helping our students to be able to look outside of the four corners of their world and understand other things that are going on outside, and being able to reflect on that in a critical manner. Number 3 is increasing our collaboration and volunteerism, not just amongst our students, but actually getting faculty members involved. So that means, instead of me assigning the assignment for our students to go out into the community and, volunteer at Habitat or at Houston Food Bank or at Thornton Middle School, we're actually going there with our students, participating in these events, making those connections while we're there, debriefing about it, having some reflection opportunities, and so on. Again, the more involved we are, the better we're able to connect with our students. Number 4 is increasing our student service learning designations on our transcripts. This was something that I thought was like one of the most awesome things in the whole wide world, where students could actually complete their 15 hours of service learning, and you will receive then a designation on your transcript that says Habitat for Humanity 15 hours of service learning credit. What a great opportunity for our students to let the world know via application to colleges and programs at universities. Let them know that they've done something outside of just academics, or something extracurricular outside of what their requirements were, by participating in service learning events. Great for applying for scholarship, jobs, and also internships as well. So helping our students build their career portfolio or their resumes is also an important part of this experience as well. The other one is how will success be measured? Well, there's a couple ways that we're looking at measuring this, which is quite doable. The Student Affairs Office actually measures the number of students who participate in service learning. There might be other students out there that actually volunteer, but don't have the opportunity to utilize some of those hours as student service learning. So actually recording those students and looking at the growth in numbers should be something that's quite doable. We can measure the success of this program by comparing last year's numbers with this year's numbers. Also, we are looking to increase the number of faculty members who have engaged in student service learning. I think, but just briefly looking at the information that I received from Student Affairs, approximately 8 or 10 faculty members participated or provided service learning opportunities, I should say, to their students. But most did not engage in service learning with their students. And so, again, looking at that number, trying to increase it by 20 or 30% or higher, I think is quite doable, and we should be able to measure that pretty effectively. Then number 3 is feedback from the pre and post surveys. Professor Arastu and myself have created both pre and post surveys for service learning. And again, being able to look at maybe some things that we should do or consider, and some things that we should do differently next time are also important in looking at the success of our program. We are requesting about $1,800, and of that $1,800, we're looking at materials to, again, promote this project. T-shirts for only those faculty members and students who actually participate in the service learning project You Got Served, and also Those t-shirts are looking for us. It creates some unity. We have a public display of Lone Star Sci-Fair college students out there in our community. It's a visual of the students and faculty member out there in the community and engaging in volunteerism or service learning. And it also creates a cohesiveness amongst those participants that are there. So again, going back to that engagement and the connectivity that we talked about earlier. The flyers and handbills, printing not a whole lot of money, but we're looking at some things that we can actually hand out and promote at different events like Sci-Fest, or hosting a table, in the cafeteria during another big event. Some things that we can hand out to students and promote. Not everyone watches the displays on the televisions, or not everyone, opens up an email. So again, being able to connect with the student, get someone involved, or connect with faculty members to get them involved is also important as far as recruiting and marketing. The other pieces, we added fuel on here, again, just so that I'm pretty sure we're going to be charged if we use the university vans. I myself is already approved to utilize the vans, but this is important for students that may not have transportation. On rare occasions in my classes, I've had students, a student or so, who didn't have transportation to get to and from a location. And so again, if we're promoting this, we have 10, 15 classes that are going to events. There may be, 4 or 5 or 6 or 8 people that could not get to a specific location. And so utilizing the transportation or the vans that are available are specifically for people that have difficulty getting to and from facilities. Again, the wristbands and other fundraising items are basically, handouts. Again, helping promote, providing to students who have participated in the program, let them know about the events, have someone ask them, hey, where did you get that? Why do you have it? Kind of thing. And that would also promote service learning amongst our campus community. And then the last one is the trophy and awards for the winning division. This is just something that we want to, again, hand out and promote amongst the divisions. A trophy that says, or certificates that say, we got served, or our community got served. Just a little reward for divisions that get involved and create a section or so of courses who engage in the service learning projects. Let's see. We welcome any questions that you may have regarding this project. Again, we're pretty optimistic that it's going to be successful. Professor Arastu and myself have just engaged in some, brief conversations with individuals who are interested in being, some of the new faculty member on board with this project, and some other ideas of different projects that we can also add to the list of projects and preparing for it. Again, we're preparing pre-planned projects for faculty members where they can select projects and offer them to their students.